Hello and welcome to a new series of bite-sized videos from manufacturing management. My name is Chris Beck, I'm manufacturing management's editor. This is the first of our new Ask the Expert series, where we're going to be picking the brains of some of the leading suppliers to the industry about the topics that are most affecting UK manufacturing. In today's episode, we're going to be talking to Duncan Edward, Head of New Business and Partnerships at leading energy consultancy Inenco. Duncan's going to be talking to us today about the importance of sustainability in manufacturing. With tighter legislation and the upcoming COP conference in Glasgow later this year, putting energy consumption in the spotlight for many manufacturers, ensuring you have a strategy to improve your sustainability is going to be vital. Duncan, welcome along today. It's great to have you here.
Good morning, and it's great to be here.
If we could start with a relatively simple question, why should manufacturers be looking to limit their impact on the environment?
Well, first and foremost, it's the right thing to do, and more it's becoming increasingly good business. I currently feel there's two reasons that people do it, morally and rationally, and currently I think it's very much a rational decision. However, I think manufacturing clients, customers, their supply chain and employees are demanding more and more that they take action to improve and take immediate action to improve. And furthermore, investors are increasingly focusing on environmental and social governance. So it's becoming, much more of a focal point.
Absolutely. And how can manufacturers best fund any green initiatives that they're looking to undertake?
Many of the manufacturing businesses are obviously already forced to take action through the mandatory compliance, some that we've had historically and some that are current, such as ESOS and SECA, which they are obliged to fulfill. I think if they take advantage of this rich seam of data, I think they can really identify early wins requiring little investment, which is music to most of their ears, thus basically turning the compliance that they have to do into opportunity. From that, there's also some very, very low cost quick wins that can be made through behavioral change. I think backed by the insightful data that's come from the reporting that they're obliged to carry out, we at Anenco have seen some reduction of emissions and associated costs reduced annually by an average of around 10%.
Wow, that's a significant gain from relatively little effort, I suppose. What can Anenco do to support manufacturers in their journey to net zero?
Our recent survey showed that kind of 44% of manufacturers don't have a plan. And the old adage is failure to plan is planning to fail. We help manufacturers develop detailed sustainability and decarbonisation plans that are basically aligned to their own business strategy. And that's really starting at the very, very top, at the C-suite level, to make sure that we've got real senior buy-in, so the plan is disseminated down through the business and everybody's singing off the same hymn sheet. But important, and equally as important, is making sure that the plan and support is practical and the delivery is actionable, and obviously that will help them on their path to net zero. And we do this on a simple 12-step plan, which we would obviously be delighted to discuss with any manufacturer, regardless of where they are in their own sustainability journey. Some of the key steps that we feel are to decarbonisation and change for the better is very much around carbon footprint calculations. As I said earlier, stakeholder engagement and some workshop facilitation, which we can carry out for them. Setting some targets, some scenarios that of what they want to try and achieve. Baseline where good looks like. Look at their own decarbonisation plans and see where we can, maybe where the low-hanging fruit is in the long-term investment and potential savings would be. Any energy audits, etc., that we can carry out to understand, the nature and the cost of the program, and more importantly, what the return on investment would be. As I mentioned again, carbon and energy awareness, education and training within their own workforce, with their own customer base, and even the supply chain are things that we can do. As we mentioned earlier, again, mandatory SECA and ESOS reporting, and ensure that they are being compliant and the reports are being carried out in the timely fashion that they're required to be. And also we can look at some of the results and look at some of the numbers and the data that they've had from these reports, and make, and through assessment, make some kind of some suggestions of where improvements and where these projects can really deliver some good ROI. And then obviously, being Anenco, we can completely create the architecture and the structure for the plan, and obviously we can project manage them for them. Easy for me to say. And that's just a taste of everything that we can do.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Duncan. That was really insightful. It's clear from what Duncan said there that manufacturers should be doing more to form a strategy around sustainability. As Duncan mentioned, 44% of manufacturers don't have such a plan, and Inenco are well positioned to help you achieve that. We're going to be putting up some contact information in just a second if you want to find out more. Unfortunately, we're out of time on today's Ask the Expert session. I hope you found it insightful, and I look forward to welcoming you to the next one soon. Thank you very much, Duncan, and thank you everyone for watching.